everybody, what's up? I'm Steven.
And I'm Clay.
And we are
the Hills Maniacs.
And in today's video, we're going to be giving our predictions for the upcoming WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which features, I guess, right now about 6 matches. We're recording this on Thursday, so they could add another match on SmackDown. We're not sure, but we're thinking there will be 2 other matches added to the card as well, so we'll talk about them as well when we get there. But let's get started. There are 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, so we're going to start with
that are happening at the same exact time.
And this year it's different because it's in the WWE headquarters. They have to climb, or I guess go from the bottom floor of the building to the roof, where then there's a ring and ladders set up.
And then they have to climb the ladder and get the briefcase.
But yeah, somehow they're doing the men's and women's Money in the Bank ladder matches at the same time, so it's going to be chaotic, it's going to be hectic, probably a lot of fun. I'm kind of actually intrigued by this concept, but we'll see how it goes, I guess. I don't know. It's not the traditional Money in the Bank ladder match. But for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, we'll start off with that. I have Shayna Baszler. I don't see anybody else winning this ladder match.
Well, it has Nia Jax, Asuka, Shayna Baszler, all representing Raw. And then Carmella, Dana Brooke, and Lacey Evans from SmackDown.
I just don't see...
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm picking Shayna.
I don't see anybody else.
I mean, Nia would be cool, or maybe
Nia,
like Lacey Evans, maybe, to cash in on Bayley again, but we've already seen them fight. Shayna lost to Becky at Mania. Mm-hmm. And then, and they built it up like she was going to beat her, and then she ended up losing, so they were probably saving it for Money in the Bank, because Becky will be, like, unbeatable, and then Shayna will come out eventually and cash in. And
I mean, although Nia Jax has sort of been dominant since her return, I guess, but I don't see her winning Money in the Bank just yet. And I don't see anyone on the SmackDown side winning that either. Like he said, maybe Lacey Evans.
Well, and this way here, if Shayna wins, it's unpredictable as to when she's going to cash in. Yeah. Like last time Becky had time to prepare for Shayna and know, I'm fighting her at Mania, I have so long to get ready for her. But now, with her, if she wins Money in the Bank, she can cash in any time over the next year. Obviously, it has to be on Becky, which is stupid. But
apparently they can only cash in on the brand that they are a part of, which ruins the...
Yeah, that kind of ruins Money in the Bank, because if you look at previous, you could go after anybody, but...
Yeah.
Whatever. But I guess we're in agreement on that one, that Shayna Baszler is going to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Unless they've given up on Shayna Baszler already, I don't see why she wouldn't win this. And I thought originally it would be Sasha Banks, if she had won her qualifying match and been part of it, but she ended up losing to Lacey Evans, so I guess there goes that.
That's because they're trying to push Lacey instead of Sasha.
I guess so.
Because Sasha's going to turn on Bayley and cost her later on.
That's why I thought she'd win Money in the Bank.
See, now if Lacey wins Money in the Bank, then they could have Sasha turn on Bayley, and then Lacey could come out and cash in on Bayley.
However that works. But anyway, we're both going with Shayna Baszler for that one.
Yeah.
Next up for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, there's a Fatal 4-Way, really random.
New Day, the champions, versus Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey.
Yeah, no, it's not just them.
There's other people too. The Forgotten Sons, who I forgot about, and the Lucha House Party, which I really hope win the match. They're not my prediction for who's going to win.
They're not going to win.
Because they ain't going to win. But I really enjoyed Lucha House Party, and I think they deserve to be tag team champions. I mean, after seeing what they did in Elimination Chamber, they deserve to be champions. But
I think the Forgotten Sons are only in this match, and they were only brought up to SmackDown because the Usos were injured. Originally, this was going to feature the Usos, and I guess Lucha House Party and the New Day and Miz and Morrison.
But they're like one of 4 tag teams in WWE, so...
I don't know, but for me, I'm saying New Day is going to retain this. Now, there is the intriguing, interesting sort of scenario that could play out with the the hacker that's been on SmackDown. We saw him sort of reveal what happened with the Dolph Ziggler and Mandy Rose situation, and he revealed like all the secrets of that led her to realize that it was Sonya Deville that sort of set her and Otis up to not meet at the right time and all that stuff. If you followed that storyline on SmackDown. But now he seems to be going after tag teams. Like in the last video he did on, I think it was last week's SmackDown as of this recording, or whenever the previous one that he did was talking about who you can trust, like keep your friends close, your enemies closer, and sort of showed all these different tag teams on there. So something might play out with that as well. And I think it was teased on Twitter or something. There was another video up from this person known as the hacker, I guess, that he put the date for Money in the Bank. So it's probably like that's going to show up and play some way into this Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title.
And there's a lot of speculation as to who the hacker may be. People are trying to figure it out, ahead of time.
I think there's two people. I think it's probably
people
Ali.
Are guessing Ali and Xavier Woods.
I've heard CM Punk too.
They did mention, like he said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, or whatever he said. And it showed Miz and Morrison, and it showed New Day. And if it is Xavier Woods, maybe it's trying to show that there's something going on between New Day members, because as of recently, Big E has been holding the team, because Kofi lost in his triple threat match at Mania for the tag team titles, and Big E won the tag team titles in his triple threat match. So, Big E's kind of been, better than Kofi in a way, and Xavier Woods obviously being injured, it's maybe it's Xavier Woods who's going to end up costing New Day the tag team titles. That's why my pick, even though it's probably not going to happen, I'm going with the Forgotten Sons. Because I don't know if they'll give it back to Miz and Morrison. And I don't think New Day's going to retain because of, if the hacker is Xavier Woods or even Ali or somebody, interferes and costs them the titles, and I don't think they're going to give the titles to Lucha House Party, unfortunately. So I'm going with the Forgotten Sons, even though it's probably not going to happen.
Next up is the Universal title match. Braun Strowman, who I'm actually excited won the title at WrestleMania, even though it was weird. Yeah. It was a weird way for him to win it, because he wasn't even originally part of the match. But
yeah, nobody expected Braun to actually win the title. They had him win the IC title, and then he lost it right away. I think the next pay-per-view or
Elimination Chamber.
He lost the IC title to Sami Zayn, who hasn't shown up since. But that's another story. And then he wins the Universal title at Mania, which was the pay-per-view after Elimination Chamber, and he replaced Roman Reigns. So it's was Roman supposed to win, or was Goldberg gonna beat Roman? But then they ended up changing it. Who knows with Vince anymore, because he changes his mind more than anybody. But did you say Braun then?
Braun Strowman is defending his title against Bray Wyatt. Not The Fiend, just Bray Wyatt. Which is why I think this is a better idea, because I think if he beats Bray Wyatt, it's not like he's beating The Fiend. Right. It's not like a burial. A lot of people, I'm sure, will think this is a burial of The Fiend, but it's not, because he's beating, the Bray Wyatt wearing the sweater vest and the, from the Firefly
doing the Muscle Man
Funhouse.
dance.
Then after this, we can probably see him fight The Fiend, which I really want to see. I wanted to see Bray Wyatt versus Braun, just more like The Fiend versus Braun, because we've never seen Braun and Bray fight in the ring before, I don't think. And I love how they're playing this story out on SmackDown as well. The Braun was a former member of the Wyatt family. Bray sent him the black sheep mask as a gift, the one to taunt him and stuff.
Right.
So I like how that's playing into it, and they are backtracking, using things from the past to build this story up. I could see this as a feud for the next couple months or something. Like Braun beats him here, and then Bray fights him.
I hope they don't pull a
SummerSlam
Shinsuke
as
and
the Fiend or
AJ
something.
storyline
Where they go for
where
6
Bray
months?
gets
Yeah.
where Bray gets a title shot like 7 times and loses like Shinsuke did with
Yeah,
AJ.
that would be a burial.
But
Anyway, I'm saying Braun is
yeah,
going to
I
retain
agree.
for right now.
Braun
and
is
then,
gonna.
yeah.
If it was the Fiend, I might go with the Fiend. But since it's just regular Bray Wyatt, I'm picking Braun to retain the title. I don't think he's gonna lose it just yet.
Maybe
and I don't think he's gonna lose it to Bray Wyatt. He might lose it to the Fiend down the line.
I can see it happening at SummerSlam.
Or
The
maybe
Fiend wins the title back.
he lose it to Roman Reigns at some point, and then the Fiend could fight Roman. Who knows?
Something, but that looked like what they're planning.
But for now, Braun's retaining the title.
Next up, another SmackDown match. The SmackDown Women's title is on the line. Bayley defending against Tamina. I'm saying Bayley here because I think they're still planning on having Sasha turn on her. Unless that happens here and Sasha costs her to Tamina. But I don't think it's going to happen just yet. I think that needs to happen closer to a bigger pay-per-view like SummerSlam. So they can have Sasha versus Bayley. So that's probably Bayley's going to remain champion at least till the next pay-per-view, I think. So
I know I picked Shayna to win the women's Money in the Bank. But on the occasion that one of the 3 random SmackDown women that are in that match, Dana, Carmella, or Lacey,
qualified. They weren't random.
win the Money in the Bank, I think I'm picking Tamina to win. Because in the event that a SmackDown woman wins the Money in the Bank, they could then have Bayley and Sasha beat up Tamina afterwards and double team her, and then as we've seen in previous years, the Money in the Bank winner cash in on the same night.
Well, couldn't that also happen in the reverse?
It could. Bayley could win, and then Tamina beats her up, and then somebody cashes in. But I think I'm picking Tamina just because Bayley's held it forever.
Yeah, I feel like Tamina is more her filler.
And really, Tamina's like the only woman on SmackDown other than Dana Brooke that hasn't held a women's championship that people actually want to see hold a title. I said that people actually want to see hold a title. And so, like, Tamina, I mean, she was technically 24/7 champion, but anyways. But I'm picking Tamina to win just because I think she probably won't hold it past the night if somebody wins from SmackDown, wins the Money in the Bank. But at least Bayley will lose the title. And I don't really think they want somebody to cash in on Bayley because then it kind of like ruins Bayley's momentum. Whereas if she loses by like a fluke or something and then beats up the champion and then, you know, somebody cashes in on them, it's a whole nother story. But I'm going with Tamina. I doubt it, but I'm going with Tamina. So why not?
Next up on the Raw side of things, the WWE title match between Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. I'm saying Drew McIntyre as well.
Drew McIntyre. But
I could see
Seth not winning.
I don't see Seth winning here, but maybe down the line. Like, especially if Murphy had been in the Money in the Bank, which he's not. I was gonna say Murphy would win the men's Money in the Bank, and then he could, like, there's that tension that, like, if Seth wins the title, Murphy can cash in on him. But I think they ruined that. But I feel like somewhere down the line we are gonna have Seth Rollins versus Murphy for the WWE title. Maybe Survivor Series.
You really think they would give Murphy a shot at the title? I
do, because especially he's in close ties with Seth. Maybe Seth gives him a title shot because he's helped him out all these years.
Yes, but see, I think as of right now, what WWE needs is to let the people in the spotlight stay in the spotlight for, like, the people that are in it for the right reasons. So, like, Drew, because the fans want him to be champion. They should let him stay champion.
We don't need Seth as champion just
right
yet.
I mean, not that we don't like Seth Rollins, because he's a good heel and he's a good performer and stuff, but he's been in the spotlight so many times before, where he's beaten Lesnar twice for the Universal title. He cashed in on Lesnar when he won Money in the Bank back at WrestleMania and won the title way back when from Lesnar, in the triple threat match at Mania, and he's been U.S. champion, he's been Intercontinental champion, he's been tag team champion. Like, Seth's been doing everything. I think it's time that they let more people, be in that spotlight. And for right now, I don't think it's the right call if they put the title back on Seth. Because with everything going on right now, views are already gone pretty much. They're depleting by the numbers for Raw. And so, really, I mean, to make a bad call at this point is only going to hurt. It's not going to help you. So, I would say keep the title on Drew, but I'm not in charge.
For right now, at least. And then you still have that who's going to win the Money in the Bank and cash in. Like, is there anyone in the Money in the Bank that is a legit threat to Drew McIntyre?
Well, and you did all that build-up, making Drew
I don't think he's
like a major star. You had him beat Lesnar, at Mania, which Seth has done, but you did all this build-up making Drew the person to beat, and, you made him like this strong, unbeatable character, and then you're just going to have Seth come in and beat him in his third title defense since winning the title. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I don't think it's going to happen yet.
I don't think
I could see Drew losing the title and then, like, win it back, like, the next month or something, whatever they wanted to do. But
they're going to pull an Orton and Cena and just drop the title back and forth 7 times in a row. Yeah.
But on that note, with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, I'm saying it's the one who won the last chance gauntlet match that they had on Raw, AJ Styles.
The returning
before
AJ
him,
Styles.
I would have thought it was like I said, I thought it would be Murphy, or I don't really see anybody else. Like, Daniel Bryan's already held it; he's on SmackDown. Right. Baron Corbin's one of the others, and then Otis is in there too.
I don't see
Otis winning.
Ray would be cool to win.
Rey Mysterio.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
And then who else is in it?
Aleister Black.
Aleister Black, yeah.
I mean, it'd be cool, because then you could have Aleister versus Drew, but I don't think they're going to put Aleister in that situation yet. I think they're going to end up having some storyline where Aleister goes off and fights against, like, Austin Theory again, and then they have Zelina Vega managing.
Or
like,
Aleister wins the United States title.
He could go after Andrade, and that'd be really weird for Zelina Vega. But
yeah.
I too am picking AJ Styles, just because I think it would be cool to see AJ versus Drew. I don't think we've ever seen that.
I don't know if they fought in TNA.
I don't think they fought in Impact.
Well, I think AJ was gone by the time.
And AJ was never in NXT, so
it would. Yeah, that would be interesting.
That would be a good match to have AJ versus
But it
Drew.
doesn't necessarily have to be Drew. Like, even if Seth Rollins.
Right. I mean, wins, AJ could cash in whenever. So.
I don't think we've ever seen Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles either. So that might be a good match if AJ would ever take the title off of him too. But AJ Styles.
I think AJ would be cool. It was supposed to be Apollo Crews, and then that would have changed who I picked. I probably would have. No, I probably would have went with Aleister Black had Apollo Crews still been in there.
I know. But I was debating on that too. But
since AJ Styles is in, I'm picking AJ. Yeah.
All right, and that concludes the matches they've announced already. But then there's 2 more matches we think they'll probably add to the card. They haven't announced these yet, but I mean, like I said, there's still an episode of SmackDown to go before that. So we're thinking they're going to add a Raw Tag Team title match with the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders, because this past Monday on Raw, the Viking Raiders defeated the Street Profits in a non-title match. So I think that will sort of lead them into getting a title opportunity. If they don't do it this Sunday at Money in the Bank, they'll probably do it on Raw.
Street Profits will win.
But
that's my pick. If it happens, I'm picking Street Profits. I mean, there's not really any other tag teams on Raw for them to defend the titles against.
They do not care about the tag.
They'll probably end up defending against like Austin Theory.
No, it'll be Brandon Vink and.
Oh yeah, them 2 losers that are with MVP now.
The other guy.
Shane Thorne.
Yeah.
Yeah, them 2 people.
It's probably gonna lead, or Zelina Vega's people too. That Austin Theory
or Ricochet and
Ricochet said, I don't know, but
that would be a good match.
That's what I said. I want to see that match.
But anyway, Street Profits.
Street Profits over Viking Raider, and then this match that they've been building up on SmackDown. lately. Like, they've been doing video clips of Jeff Hardy, like, sort of hyping his return. He hasn't shown back up yet in SmackDown, but I guess he's coming there this Friday on SmackDown. He's going to be there. And Sheamus has sort of been angry that they keep hyping up Jeff Hardy, like, you should be paying attention to me, not Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, no one cares about you, Sheamus.
So I think they're going toward a match between Sheamus and Jeff, probably for Money in the Bank. Just because why would they start doing it now and then it's like they fight at Extreme Rules, which is like probably the next thing.
To be fair, they did build up like the Ronda Rousey storyline with Triple H.
That was for WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania, like 3 years before it actually happened.
Yeah, but that was for WrestleMania. But
still.
I'm gonna say Jeff Hardy wins this. Just now,
I think if Jeff comes back, I think he's gonna have a period where he'll be on like a roll, and then he'll lose and just kind of fade out. You know, where like I don't know if he'll retire from wrestling. But I think he'll be done with WWE.
Well, I heard they're
gonna with Matt being gone, I don't know if he'll want to stay by himself. But who knows? Maybe he'll end up in AEW, and then him and Matt could be together. Well, I think before Jeff leaves, he needs to be Willow and fight against the Fiend.
Yeah, if you never saw Willow, that was like one of Jeff Hardy's characters in TNA, sort of like what Bray Wyatt has the Fiend, like you put a mask on it, so like Willow's sort of like this, like
it's
Jeff's
his alternate ego.
It's Jeff's crazy side, sort of in human form in a way. But yeah, there you go, guys. That concludes our predictions for Money in the Bank 2020. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. What your predictions are for the show. If you think someone different might win the Money in the Bank ladder matches, I think it's going to be an interesting show, at least just from those ladder matches, like the way they're doing it and things. But I don't think it's going to be that long of a pay-per-view either. Well, especially if they only stick to the 6 matches. It starts at 7, right? Yeah, it might be at least 3 hours, maybe, since they're doing both matches crammed together, right? Rather than doing them separately and adding an extra, like, maybe hour to the show. But I don't know. It should be a good one, I'm sure. I think pretty much every champion's retaining, right? Probably. So. Let us know what your guys' thoughts are on this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, just, leave a like and subscribe for more. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys.